All right, and a pleasant good evening to you and to yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. A little pregame test here tonight from the O-Dome here on the campus of Merritt Island High School. We're coming up tonight right here with myself on the broadcast. You're going to see the FHSAA 3A2 regional quarterfinals, and couldn't be more excited to be on the call for this one tonight, that's for sure. As the Titusville Terriers and the Merritt Island Mustangs do battle. And again, I'm just running up a little pregame test here, so bear with me. You got uh, series. These two teams have played 20 times. 20 times, if you can believe that, since 2004. And Merritt Island's won 18 of the 20. And there's some of the information there on the screen in terms of the numbers behind this particular series. And, of course, there are some of the scores. And I want you to focus on the last three because they're the ones that truly matter in all of this. 31-28, Merritt Island gets the win earlier this season. Last year, though, two identical 17-4 scores. Titusville over Merritt Island. The second one occurred in this very game, the regional quarterfinals. That took place at Al Wernicke Field on the campus of Titusville High School. And an overtime win, a thriller in that one. And so these two teams tonight don't want, one or the other does not want that. That, I promise you. One wants to leave here with a decisive victory in hand. Let's tell you a little bit about the Terriers. This season, 26 points per game scored. They're allowing 125 rushing yards per game, led by the senior running back, Kamari Jackson. Jackson, nearly 900 rushing yards this season. He's had quite a year. And Will Billingsley, what can you say about Will Billingsley and the way he has rebounded this season? Billingsley started slow. I know that's not his number. He started slow, but ended up finishing the year with nearly 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns, and just 5 interceptions. In his final three games alone, 75% completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, and 1 INT. And, of course, there is Kamari Jackson, 879 and 8. And, of course, I believe the X factor in the game tonight, the guy that I think that Merritt Island's going to absolutely have to stop, is that guy right there, Tank Harvey. He is, you put the ball in his hands, and everything and anything about what he does immediately becomes electric. So, yeah, that's the look at Titusville. Defensively, they don't put their stats on the defensive side of the ball up, but, you know, guys like Bookhart and Jefferson, Jamarion Bookhart and Bill Jefferson, those are guys you're going to hear me call a lot tonight for sure. What about the Merritt Island Mustangs? Well, this place just drips history. You look on the screen there. They've only missed the playoffs one time. One time since 2000 or 2010. There it is on the screen. 3 state championships this team has won. And, this place is nothing but history. This season, Kevin Verpale leads the county in passing yards so far. 2,200, I believe it's, let's take a look. I got the Kevin Verpale graphic. Let's take a look at what Kevin has done this year. 2,293 yards, 23 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions this year. And, oh, by the way, he's pretty slippery back there in the pocket, too. Verpale, 317 rush yards and 3 more touchdowns. These two teams are both very battle-tested. There you see their schedules on the screen. Those schedules. Merritt Island, more notably than Titusville, Merritt Island has played, you look at their schedule, strength of schedule this year, 65 and 32. A 672 strength of schedule is absolutely, unequivocally unheard of in high school football. Why is it 670? Well, they faced one 10-0 or one 10-0 team, one 9-1 team, two 8-2 teams, along with Cocoa and O'Galley. Titusville not bad, 57-42. Their record of combined opponents, 575 winning percentage. They've gone up against this season, but there are just several keys to this game that, in this one anyway, that you have to. The first is Titusville's rushing attack against Merritt Island's run defense. That's the first key to this football game tonight. The Mustangs are letting up 295 yards on the ground. 3 times this year they've given up over 400 yards. That can't happen tonight, or it's another first-round playoff loss here. That just simply cannot happen. Now, I will say this. There's a good news, bad news scenario. While Merritt Island gives up that many rushing yards per game, against Titusville the last time, they only gave up 114. That was the least amount of rushing yards they had surrendered to any team throughout the course of the year. So that's the good news, bad news scenario there for the Merritt Island defense. For Titusville, they've got to be balanced tonight. At the beginning of the year, this was a pass-heavy offense that just was out of sync and not very good. And as the season progressed, Coach Diesel, who calls the offense, leaves Ty Montgomery to the defensive side of the equation. Coach Diesel cut back. They averaged 26 passing attempts per game over the first 6 games of the season. 7, 8, 9, 10, that number dipped to 18, 19 per game. And so did the efficiency of Billingsley, and so did the offense in terms of points and production. So they're going to have to be balanced tonight. They are going to have to throw the football, and that's where the Mustangs get you, too, defensively. If you're looking for the thing that Merritt Island does really, really, really well on the defensive side of the equation, it is forced turnovers. They absolutely will turn you over. Sorry about that. Yeah, they'll turn you over. Let me get the stat up on the screen here, see if I got it. Yeah, there you go. Down there on the bottom of the screen. They don't get after the quarterback a lot. They don't tackle you in your backfield. But when you put the ball in the secondary, 13 interceptions. They force fumbles, 11 of those recovered. They're a plus 13 this year in turnover margin. And that's a team that just 2 years ago was a -5. So big improvement by Tyler Murray and his staff in terms of that production. And all right, let's look at the head coaches. There's Tyler Murray on the left, or at least the cartoon figure of him, and Matt Diesel on the right. Murray in his 4th year, 25-18. Diesel in his first at Titusville, 5-5. 3rd overall, he spent 2 years at Space Coast, where Coach Diesel is 14-18 overall. All right, let's tell you about the rest of the games you're going to see here tonight on Brevard Sports Network. You're going to see the 2A2 region showdown between the Cocoa Tigers and the Newberry Panthers tonight. This is also a game Cocoa won in the playoffs last year, albeit the regional finals, 41-3. The Tigers have really gotten it together over the last month of the season. After a 2-4 start to the year in which they really couldn't throw their way out of a paper bag, they found the passing game. They put some guys in place like Cayman Varus. Tank White has really caught fire. And, of course, Javion Scott, the back. Scott has done a tremendous job leading that Cocoa rushing attack. I certainly like the Tigers tonight to get it done in round 1. Another game you'll see here tonight is Vieira and Riverview. Well, this is a game that, to me, was a coin flip toss-up. I think Vieira comes out of this thing tonight pretty good, as long as they don't turn the football over. They turn the football over, they're done. There are 3 key things you have to be able to do in the playoffs. One of them is to be able to run the football a little bit. You've got to play good defense, and you just simply cannot turn the football over. Penalties as well. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's the obvious, Alan, but if everybody knows it, there are plenty of teams that do it. So, and you know, I take you back to the Deltona game this year with Vieira. They turned the football over twice, and because of those, specifically those 2 turnovers, they didn't win the football game. But I do like Vieira to protect the football tonight, and I do like them to get the win. as well. And the game that Jackson Robb has drove down from Gainesville to call tonight over at the Hive on the campus of Melbourne Central Catholic. You'll see the Hustlers take on Orlando Christian Prep, a team they beat 38-14 a couple of weeks ago. And Sebastian Troyan was the quarterback in that game. Tonight, it'll be Noah Flores in the Wildcat. Flores is an absolute incredible football player. 15 total touchdowns this year. How about this for Noah Flores? 4 kick return touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns, 4 receiving touchdowns, 1 pick six, 1 fumble recovery. That's doing it all. I don't know how this one's going to turn out tonight. Last year, the Hustlers absolutely thumped OCP in the regular season, and then OCP came into the Hive and beat them in overtime on a missed extra point in overtime in the regional quarterfinal. So I don't know how this one's going to turn out. I'd like to pick MCC. They, too, have played a gauntlet of a schedule in that 1A classification. But, again, another team tonight that just can't make any mistakes for all the great things that Noah Flores has done in that game against Heritage in which he played quarterback. He did throw 3 interceptions, and 2 of them did go back for touchdowns. Another game, well, that's it. Those are the 4 games you'll see here on Brevard Sports Network tonight. And games you won't see, O'Galley is hosting Tavares, a 2-7 seed. The Commodores, of course, about 10 days ago right here at the O-Dome came in and won a district championship quite handedly. Talking about players that can do it all, Xavier Larice, and, of course, you got the freshman phenom running back in Xavier Corbin, the X Factors, I call them. But listen, Tavares is a team that has when I say a playoff DNA, what I mean by that is they do the things that winning teams do in the playoffs. They run the ball just as much as O'Galley does. They love smash mouth football. They love getting down in the mud and playing. Again, another game in which, you can't give an extra possession or 15 yards away. I do like the Commodores to pull away late in this one or early in the second half by several scores. And I like O'Galley to host the winner of this game next week at O'Galley. All right. Couple of tough road tests tonight for 3 of our Brevard County foes. The Heritage Panthers will go down and take on the Dynasty. I call them St. Thomas Aquinas. Aquinas winners of 6 straight state championships. And, Heritage has got their hands full. There's no doubt about that. They certainly need to listen. The only thing I'm going to say about this game is the fact that Heritage is even here is an absolute miracle in and of itself. And I don't mean because of them. I mean because they were never a top 8 seed at all season long until they were in the final bracket release show. So go get them, Heritage. Look, this is an opportunity for kids or student athletes, I should say, to go out there and put some film on or put some body of work on tape against kids that are going to be playing in the Power 4 next year. So Mike Benson and the Heritage Panthers. Jordan Padala coming off the best game of his career, 257-3. Best I've ever seen him play. So who knows? Melbourne at Armwood tonight. Armwood undefeated at 10-0, the top team in 6A according to Max Preps. Coach Panucci's got a very young squad there and a squad that, listen, in 2 years, they may very well be playing Armwood for the regional championship. Not tonight, though. Tonight is a tough task. But, again, an opportunity for this program to learn, grow, and come out firing next year. And our final game tonight, the Young Raiders of Rockledge. They'll travel to play Zephyr Hills. And if this tough schedule that Rockledge has faced this year, playing number 1, number 4, number 10, has done anything for them, we're going to find that out tonight against Zephyr Hills. Zephyr Hills also unbeaten at 10-0. The Land of Water, it's funny because we got the Land of Water and the Land of Butter. We got Zephyr Hills and Land of Lakes over there. And Rockledge going over there tonight hoping to take their water from them and come back with a victory. I want to see at least a good showing from the Raiders tonight, and I know Coach Holmes does too. So hopefully all went well with the test. Once again, coming up here, we'll be back at about 6:50 here tonight. We are live right now from the O-Dome here on the campus of Merritt Island High School, and we'll see you coming up in about, what time is it? About 40 minutes. 40 minutes here on Brevard Sports Network. And I want to thank the sponsor for tonight's game. We had one sponsor pay for this game tonight, and that sponsor is Chrissy Lindbeck of Chrissy Knows, real estate expert. Please make sure that if you're looking to buy or sell a home, that Chrissy Lindbeck is indeed the agent that you give a call to, and you'll see her information on the screen during the game. I'm going to end with Chrissy's commercial. We'll see you in about 40 minutes right here on BSN.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.